and welcome back to my channel, Mama in the Mitten. My name is Chantel, and today I'm going to be cleaning and organizing this little bookcase that I have here in my living room. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Thanks. Hi, so welcome back. So here is the bookcase that I'm going to be organizing and cleaning throughout this video. So I hope you enjoy watching it. Please make sure you're subscribing. It would really help out my channel, but I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. So here is the top shelf. I just have a little Halloween picture and some other like wedding stuff of mine. Second shelf, I have a photo album, couple albums, random bubbles, a bunch of junk in this basket. On the third shelf, coloring books, workbooks, some hand sanitizer, some more pictures. And then on this bottom shelf, I just have a bunch of like albums, baby wipes, bibs, a bunch of different stuff. And then under this cabinet, I just have more photo albums from like when I was younger. I'm not going to be really doing anything with that bottom cabinet shelf thing. So here I'm just showing you some of the little containers that I'm going to be using. So this one, along with this other larger one, these are book bins. So I decided I would probably like to use those because they're good for like the workbooks and the coloring books. Then I also have this matching basket. It just kind of happened that I had these ones left over from some of my teaching container, so I'm going to use this black bin and then these two book bins and then that little square one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take every single item that I have on the whole entire shelf off. This could be stressful for some people. Sometimes it is for me because you just are stuck now with everything in front of you. I'll show you kind of in between what I'm talking about. But here's the first top shelf just cleared off. So I'm just gonna, like I said, continue doing the second, third, and fourth shelf, just removing every single thing. I just find that if I have everything laid out in front of me, then I can kind of see where I need to put things, what things go together, and just kind of make sense of all the different items. Because what I found, if I start working and then I work in another area, then maybe I find extra stuff and then I gotta find a new space for it. So if I just have everything laid out in front of me, I can kind of just go and work from there. But yeah, so I'm just removing everything off the shelves and gonna kind of look and see what I have to work with. This is my wedding photo album that I love, so I kind of like to display that because if I want to look at a picture, it's quick and easy to get to. Plus, I just think it looks pretty. But after everything is all cleared off the shelves, I'm just gonna go ahead and start wiping them down. They clearly needed a dust and a cleaning. So it was good that I was doing this reorganization and cleaning. So it was nice to get everything cleaned. This shelf was a lot of anxiety just because there's so much stuff that was just kind of like piled into this container, this little basket. Just a bunch of like random things that I had from when Kelsey, who's my 1-year-old or almost 15-month-old now, just from when she was a baby. There's stuff in here from when it was just me and my husband before we even had kids. Then there's stuff of Olivia's, like these coloring books and workbooks. So there's just a bunch of stuff, a lot of stuff that we need and that's useful, but that's hard to get to because it's just kind of all stuffed back in there. So that's kind of why I wanted to be able to take all this out and kind of like reorganize it, especially for Olivia since she's going to be starting soon her school. So I just wanted to have everything good and ready for her once she starts bringing homework home and stuff like that. So she's going to be doing her second year of preschool here soon on October 9th. So I'm pretty excited for that. I know she's really excited as well. But anyways, again, so just kind of cleaning. I like to make sure everything is nice and clean when I'm going to reorganize. It just makes me feel better and just makes the process a little bit easier. So now here I am at the bottom shelf. Before I get to that bottom shelf, I was just going to kind of show you everything that I was talking about, just having everything laid out in front of you. Yes, it looks like a tornado and like a chaotic, crazy mess. However, for me, like I said, it just makes things a little bit easier for me to kind of see everything I have. Like right here, I had this just second random microphone and I didn't know where else I would keep it, so I put them together in the same basket. So now I know 2 microphones in the same basket. If I would have been like organizing as I went, I may not have caught that, or I would have had both of the microphones in like 2 separate places. So anyways, for me, it's just easier to make a crazy mess before things get cleaner. Like this, this bottom shelf was throwing me for a little bit of a loop just because I couldn't remember the last time I had like looked back there. I have like little puppy pads. That was what I used when I was potty training Olivia, like, I don't know, 2.5 years ago. So those have been in there for a while. Um, but yeah, so when I start potty training Kelsey, I'll probably do a video about like tips and tricks about that. Haven't started that process yet, and I don't really want to think about it. So let's just look at my nice, clean, beautiful bookcase. So here it is, and now here, here's that glorious disaster of a mess that I have to work with. So yeah, it does not look so pretty, but in the end, it's worth it. That way I can kind of just organize as I go, see what I can get rid of, see what I need to put maybe somewhere else. Like there were a lot of things that I wanted to put down in the basement to save for later. So that kind of worked out too. But here is that top shelf. So it basically looks pretty much the same to you probably as what it did in the before, but I added a photo album under the baskets, and then I added a couple candles. So just got some stuff and made some space for another shelf. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking everything out of this little basket and kind of putting same or like items together. So like coloring books go together. I put all the candles in the basket just because I wanted to be able to use those. If I wanted to find a candle or if the power goes out, I know exactly where those are and they're nice and handy for me. So I'm just kind of moving like crayons. I have colored pencils here, so I'm just kind of moving all that stuff around, trying to see what I need. Like I had like 3 or 4 boxes of crayons. Like Olivia does not need 4 boxes of crayons out, so I put some of that extra or excess down in the basement. Broken crayons I can melt and combine together, or I can just simply throw away. But I put all of like the random picture frames, some decorations, our cake topper to my wedding, all in this basket along with candles. So that second shelf is good, just has my wedding photo album, and then, like I said, all those candles and stuff in that woven basket. So there's my top 2 shelves, all looking good and ready to go. Now here I am just taking all of Olivia's like coloring books, notebooks, workbooks, stuff like that, putting them into this really nice sturdy book bin. I had this when I had my classroom. If you don't know, I was a 3rd and 4th grade teacher. So I have a bunch of like teaching items. And so I had a bunch of stuff in my basement, and it just kind of worked out that I had book bins and they fit nice on my bookcase. So I like that. Right now I'm just kind of trying to figure out if I want to put them in vertically or horizontally. I figured since Olivia's going to be taking things in and out of them, it would probably wiser to keep it this way. So I just kind of left it the way it's kind of intended. Then here I have her like crayon box. So she's got like scissors, crayons, pencil, and that little clear box in the book bin, and then like a little memory match game. So that's really all that's in there. And now I'm just moving on to that last and final shelf. So that's kind of where I keep stuff for Kelsey because we eat right here. This is my kitchen table or my living room table. It's right there. So I have things handy for when I'm feeding Kelsey. So there was like bib and wipes. So I keep all that stuff nice and handy for when I am going to feed Kelsey. So now here I have my whole thing looking good. I added some hand sanitizer, chapstick, and some of Olivia's hairbands to that shelf. So that is the final product. So this is what everything looks like all finished and organized. I did add in that little black bin right there you can see to the right on that bottom shelf. And yeah, so that is my video. I really enjoyed how it looks. I think it turned out really well. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me clean and organize this bookcase that I have here in my living room. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like. Please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. All right. Bye.